Hi Stampers, my name is 𝘾𝙧𝙚𝙚𝙚 and I'm so glad you're joining me for my Stamping with Kelly online monthly card club. So whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the replay, doesn't matter, please comment along. I would love to hear what you're working on, if you're crafting along with me with these projects that I've mailed out all over Canada, or maybe you are inspired by what I'm creating today and you want to show me something that you've made on your own. I've been a demonstrator in Canada now for almost 16 years. So actually in just a week or so, I will be celebrating my 16th Stampiversary. So I am going to be pretty happy when I'm celebrating it too, because it's going to be in Norway on the incentive trip. So the incentive trip is offered by Stampin' Up if you meet certain criteria within your business. And I worked really hard and I was able to achieve this last year. And so now I get to go on an expense paid cruise with my husband and some fellow wonderful demonstrators from all over the world who have also reached this huge milestone. Think there's about 300 demonstrators or so who have earned the trip. I don't know if they're all going to be traveling with us, but I'm so excited. So that's globally, and it's pretty exciting to be a part of this kind of elite crew, but also just to be able to celebrate with my husband. We haven't gone on a trip, just the two of us, since we became parents, which is almost 7 years ago. So we're really looking forward to reconnecting and starting our day, and having the whole adventure laid out for us, and no curveballs, no planning where the nearest washroom is, packing loads of snacks, trying to get kids to nap, to sleep, or anything like that. It's going to be kind of surreal. So I don't know, have you guys taken trips without your kids, for those of you who are parents? I'm just going to double check here to see. Okay, we are live. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I sure hope you can. Can you write in the comments, please, and just let me know if everything's looking and sounding good? I sure hope it is. Okay, anyways, I have so many things to show you. Normally, this is my second event of the month. Normally, I do a Google Meet, which is an interactive meeting on a Monday night, but you guys know I'm switching it up because tomorrow we do leave for this trip. So I'm so grateful that you guys are able to be flexible with me and tune in maybe at a different time, or maybe you're watching the replay. Even if you are, please comment along. Let me know where you're watching from as well. So let's just see here. Oh, good. Okay. Hi, Sarah. It's good. You can hear me. It's great to see you on. I'm so glad you could join. So do you guys want to go through the little box that I received? I mean, it's not really little, actually. I'll show you. So this is a part of the box you can see. And then the flap has the Stampin' Up Norway. I'm going to have to put it to the side, though, so that I can show you all the goodies that they sent. I was kind of quiet about this when it actually arrived, because these are being shipped all over the world, and sometimes there can be a difference in time that people in Australia are receiving them or something like that, right? So we were trying to be respectful and not ruin the surprise. I've got a whole bunch of these little Norway luggage tags, but I already wrote on the other ones because I'm all packed, all ready to go. Isn't this nice though? I love a good hand stamped card, and I just think that this one's so beautiful. I love a tone on tone and this Baltic kind of a look. And then a message from Sarah and Shelley, the co-founder and the current, what do we call her? CEO? Yes. They also gave us some adorable socks in Stampin' Up colors and with that same kind of Stampin' Up pattern that they've created here. This is like a luggage strap. And then I'll put this back together. This is so fun how this came. So then we had this rolling pin, and then you can see the little Stampin' Up on there. And then as you open it up, you can see it's this gorgeous wood etching. Have you ever used something like this? If you have, you'll have to give me some tips because I'm scared. I don't want to wreck it, but it's so beautiful. Did you use it on cookies? Did you use it on like a pie crust or something like that? Please, 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 will you tell me? Because I need tips before I start using this. It's so beautiful and etched. It would give it a lot of texture, even, you know, in this part here where it smooths the dough out. Oh, and then I took something else out. Actually, I forgot to put it back in. There was a windbreaker as well. And then there's also this absolutely stunningly gorgeous wool sweater. And this is traditional Norwegian knitwear. And apparently, according to Rick Steves, this is the #1 souvenir from Norway that you should purchase. And how nice that Stampin' Up! Gifted this to all of us. So, you know, we didn't have to, I mean, we can take it over there. I'm hoping for warmer weather than crazy sweater weather, especially since if you guys are in Edmonton, you know we've been having a crazy heat wave here. But I'm going to leave this at home, and that's just based purely on optimism. So there you go. That was my bundle of goodies. Oh my goodness. Feel so spoiled when you receive something like that in the mail, and you know, you're opening it up like it's Christmas or your birthday. It came right after my birthday, so that was pretty fun. Well, let's just go through here. I want to make sure. Oh, hello, Michelle. So good to see you. All right, let's go here. We've got our May special. This is a 2-part as well. I'm enjoying these 2 parts. I hope you are as well. So with a minimum $100 order, you will get 2 gifts from me. One is these great little adhesive backed stars, and they come in like an orange, kind of like a lilac color, and black, so you can use them for all different kinds of occasions. And then this really fun ombre glimmer paper. This is of course the same as our other glimmer paper, where the speckles or like the sparkles are actually impregnated almost into the paper, like it's a part of the paper, so they don't come off and sparkle up your whole house. We're going to be playing with this tonight, so you're going to see a little bit more about this as well. So again, this is with a free with a minimum $100 order during May. If you're watching this in the future and you're wondering what my $100 special is, just reach out. I'd be happy to let you know. We have a few new kits that are available for purchase. These are from our kits collection, and the top one there is called Forever Friends. This one's $29 in Canada here, and includes this gorgeous stamp set. Isn't that pretty? I really like that one. I love the cursive. I love the all caps with the plain lettering, and I love the gold embossing. You can see just a little sneak peek there. If you want to see these, just go onto my online store, stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net, and under shop now you will see in the kits collection section a whole bunch of kits, everything that we've got currently. So it's really worthwhile checking it out and seeing what the latest ones are. You can kind of go into the pictures and zoom in a little bit more. It makes it a lot easier to see them. And then there's also the confetti birthday card kit. These are shaker cards, and the kit is $32 Canadian. And oh, I think it makes 9 shaker cards or something like that. Oh, it's so cute though. And if you haven't made shaker cards before, this is a great way to kind of understand, and then you can take the knowledge that you learned from this kit and then, you know, jump off and make your own too, right? You'll probably have some confetti left over as well. So be sure to check out those kits. You know, I love, love, love kits. And the reason why I love them is because I always want to be crafting whenever I'm on the go. And that's just for me. I find it calming. I find it relaxing. I also find that it keeps my hands busy. It keeps me from snacking. It also gives me, of course, cards that you can give away afterwards, so it's productive. And yeah, it's just my favorite thing to do. So I'll do it on vacation. You know what, guys? I don't have a single pound to spare in my suitcase. I'm currently at 63 pounds for my suitcase, so wish me luck, because I'm going to have to figure out stuff to take out tonight. So yeah, that's my little project ahead. But I'm not bringing any stamping this time. But you guys know me. I bring these to gymnastics. I bring them to baseball. And it's so much fun to be able to be there, be present with my kids, be watching what they're doing, and then also just keeping busy with my hands too. So if you like that idea, if that kind of fits with your life as well, be sure to check out our kids collection. There's so many great options. Some of our other kits that we have are called Paper Pumpkin, and this is a monthly subscription service that arrives in the mail. It's a surprise to everyone, including demonstrators, and all they do is give us a sneak peek of this box. So to be honest, I don't even have this box yet. It wasn't delivered today. I was sure hoping it was going to arrive. Normally it does, but this is a sneak peek of the box, and it's called Exploring in Color. It's so cool, the idea that they've had, because I think some of these in colors that have just come out are kind of tricky maybe, or different for us to put them together with other colors right off the bat. And this is going to give you so many ideas. It also has this really cool add-on, and this is available for people who are Paper Pumpkin subscribers. You can order this direct, or if you want one of these kits, just let me know. It comes with 18 cards, 6 of each of 3 designs, and includes the 18 coordinating envelopes. It has all of our new in colors, and I do have these in person. So do you guys want to see them? I sure hope you do. Do I have my light on? Yes, I do. Aren't these great? So there's so much detail and texture, and they're already colored, so all we need is like a little tag or something, and we can put this together in a really cute way. Also, if you're ever interested in finding out some more inspiring tips, you can log into Paper Pumpkin Connection, I think it is. Oh, what's it called? Paper Pumpkin Facebook group of some sort. Just reach out to me and I'll link you up with it. There are so many ideas on that page, and I know there's going to be so many ideas that come out with this one too. Isn't that fun? This kind of makes me think about Grizzly River Rapids in Disney's California Adventure. You guys know I love Disney, but that's the first thing I thought of. Was like, I spy with my little eye something that could be a Disney mountain. And then this one here with the beautiful field. Oh, I love that. Can you guys see there's like a little campfire burning there next to the water? So cute, so fun. So yeah, I can't wait to see what's in the actual kit, because like I said, I don't have that one yet. So it'll be a surprise for all of us. Now, if you sign up for Paper Pumpkin this coming month, so right now until June 10th, this is the kit that you will be receiving mid-June when they ship out. So it's called Welcome In, and it's got this kind of pattern, this kind of theme and color scheme that goes along with a designer series paper from our annual catalog. And what is it called? Comforting In or something like that. So this is called Welcome In, and you can see the paper coordinates with it. And then we also have an add-on die pack, and there's a little bit more information here. I don't know if you can read that, but the dies are a set of 3, and you can order them if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. They're $8.25 here in Canada, and you'll need to have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or the mini boss to use these, but you can use these with the stamp set again and again and again forever. So if you like the idea of these vases and you want a super economical version of it instead of purchasing the big package from the annual catalog, maybe this is a great option, right? You get a box full of goodies, everything that you need to actually create the projects, and then if you order the dies, you can keep using the stamp set that's included in the box and the dies forever and ever, right? Keep cutting them out. I love this idea. Okay, so now we're gonna get started. We're like down to business tonight because I don't have a whole bunch of boxes to show you. This here is the project that is a bonus if you picked up your cards or if you paid for the mailing option. There we go. Oh, hi, Michelle. Yes. Good luck with my luggage. I know. Yeah, that's a great ride. I love that ride. If you get extra dies for the add-on, you'd love one for sure, Sarah. I'm going to write it on my little notebook right now that I'm going to buy a few of those. Dies for Paper Pumpkin. We have some really fun new in colors. Have you guys played with them very much? They are featured on these bookmarks that I sent out. Anyone who received a catalog from me received one of these bookmarks. And if you don't have a catalog yet, please, will you reach out to me? Because it should have arrived in the mail. or else I can definitely put it in the bin for you as well. Just remember that I'm leaving on September. Oh boy. Let's try this. We're leaving May 16th. Hi, Shada. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not September. But anyways, these are our new in colors, and so I really wanted to play with them. So Stampin' Up! Has released that they do have one of these in colors that's the favorite. Now, which one would you guess? Type, and maybe I'll tell you in a second. These new in colors are so fun, so different, and I think of these two at the top like matte metallics, right? Copper and the matte gold. And then we've got two actual colors, and so we've got a nice blue and then this mauve. And then the bottom one here, I think of as a matte pewter. So it's like you've got the three kind of colors of metallics, and then you've got a blue and a pink kind of to go along with it. So fun, so different. What did I do here? I put these in the wrong order. Oh well. My drawers are in the wrong order. Oh well. Okay, what did I use to put this stamp or this card together? I actually was really excited to use this new Wonderful Thoughts stamp set. And this is kind of like another stamp set that we have that's called Charming Sentiments. And these are really unique and different because you can see the dies actually cut out the sayings. So I'm going to be using this one here. And now if you don't have the this kind of a die, you can definitely use a punch as well. You just want to make sure that it's a little bit smaller than this piece of white because we're going to use that for our saying, okay? So you'll need a stamp set, neutral ink pad, or if you want to go matchy-matchy, you can go with the boho blue. There's also Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. Yeah, Night of Navy in here as well. I'm getting all mixed up with my words. You guys can tell my head's already a little bit on vacation, and I apologize. But let's take a look here at the finished card that you're going to be creating here. So this one is really fun. You can see this really gets featured here because it's all cut out perfectly. Now you could use your scissors and fussy cut, but I would recommend using a punch first because I'll just show you the sneaky thing that I did. Uh-oh, so stuck on there. There we go. Look at the sneaky thing I did. I cut the saying right out of that frame. So you guys can see you need the frame intact if you want this look of this beautiful crisp white border around there. But this is easy enough to do here. So I kind of like the saying too, my heart will always be tied to yours, with the little heart design. So you might have pink, you might have this great little yellow color. Do you guys recognize those colors? Those are part of our new color collection. And they're brand new colors. We've never had them before. We have Bubble Bath and Lemon Lolly. They're part of 11 colors that are actually new to our core collection. So these are 10, and then the 11th is our in color Fresh Freesia, which went from in color straight into a core color. It was so popular. So yeah, definitely I want to know your favorite of those colors as well. So people are saying boho blue, it's my favorite, but I bet it's wild wheat. Ooh, interesting. Oh, Michelle's saying her favorite is Pebble Path. Shada's saying Copper Clay and Pebble Path are her faves. Yeah, you like the boho blue. Lemon Lolly is so pretty. I agree. So let's get started stamping here. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes if people want to write in and let me know what they think of these 5 colors here is the most popular in color. And I'm just going to start stamping. Type. I want to know. Okay, here we go. My heart will always be tied to yours. So I'm going to stamp that. Again, this is the same piece that's going to be laid underneath this designer series paper. So just kind of stamp accordingly. Try not to mess it up too much around the edges because there's only a little tiny bit that's going to be popping out from there. So now I'm going to use my mini boss. So handy for stuff like this. And then let's see if I can figure out which one is which. I think I remember. I think it's this one. That's kind of hard to tell too, isn't it? You have to use those frames along with the photopolymer. This one's interesting that they did it in photopolymer because the last one was like the set that came out like this previously was actually in the red rubber. So that's interesting. I'm always curious with stuff like that. Okay, so we follow the instructions here for the mini boss. There's a little bit of a different sandwich that they've got going on here. So we've got plate number 1, which is this one here, and then you've got 2 plate number 2s. Now the way that I use my plates for these machines, I don't normally talk about this too much, but I use them up so it's just one side getting etched into. This side is still smooth, and then this is going to be the top plate for everything. So you can see there's some indents in there, but there's no actual cut lines. And now we want to offset these 3 plates as well. Do I have some? How about this for branding? I've got Stampin' Up washi tape. That's fun. My washi tape is just going to help me to keep my die in place, which is important when it comes to any die that's cutting out stamping, but I find it more important maybe even with the words, right? So what I'm going to do here is center it, and then I'm going to try to keep the washi tape mostly on the outside. Sometimes there's like a residual stickiness that stays on the paper, and I don't want it to be on my stamped image there. Okay, pop that in. And then you can see I've kind of offset my 3 plates here, and then I shove them in to my little mini boss. The handle will tell me which way it wants to be turned, and then it goes through really quickly and easily. I love this little machine. It's so handy for Stampin' Campin', for traveling, whatever you want to do, because it just folds up like this, and you can just see how big it is. It's nice and small, nice and compact, and the plates are compact as well. Now you can't fit everything into this machine. Oh, that's a little bit off, but I'm okay with it. You can't fit everything into this machine, but Stampin' Up does a really good job of showing you in the catalog which items actually can fit into this mini boss machine. So I'll peel that off, and then you know what? I actually just leave the washi tape there and stick it back in here. So that might make some of you crazy, but I figure once it's on there, right, it's ready for next time. You could peel it off and stick it to the top of your machine as well, and you can keep reusing those washi tapes over and over and over again. Okay, now we're going to keep going here, and I'm going to put our designer series paper on. I'm using my Stampin' Seal. Now, if you're ever, thinking about that $100 gift that I offer, the gift with a minimum $100 purchase, always keep your Stampin' Seal in mind, because it's great to stock up on adhesives and then get something else for free, right? There we go. Isn't this a fun die? This is a piece of the boho blue, and it's actually cut out with these new dies that we offer as an online exclusive. And the same thing with this heart. It's from the same pack. It's called Radiating Stitches, and it's item number 161595. It's so fun because it has all these rectangles which cut out individual pieces. So you can see just on the outside, not on the inside edge, just on the outside edge. So what you'll get is a rectangle with the stitching and then the fill inside. So we're going to layer that up here. I'm using the Stampin' Seal again on this boho blue piece. Oh, nobody else wants to weigh in on the bets? Well, the most popular in color so far, I mean, we're like a month in, right? The most popular in color so far is boho blue, which is the one that's featured on this card. So, is that what you agree with? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. The blue, though, I find is always my favorite go-to color. You guys probably know that about me. And so this one I find is no different. I just love it. And it's kind of a cool blue. And it's a medium tone. It's not light, and it's not, you know, deep and dark either. So I find it to be very versatile. How great is it too when our designer series papers match those colors so perfectly. This designer series paper pack really features the boho blue. So you could get a pack of that assorted cardstock in the new in colors. And then just, you know, this designer series paper, and you could have so much fun with it. So Stampin' Seal on the back of the heart, and I'm just going to do like a zigzag back and forth. This is our new textured ribbon in that same boho blue color. Do you like it? I think it's so fun. And you can get some really cool looks with this one too. It frays as well, so you can kind of get that sort of frayed look if you want to. But I'm going to use my ribbon scissors, which are going to give that perfect touch. On the back side there, we're going to put on some dimensionals now. And there we go. That cute little heart. Oh, I love that stitched heart. I think that's adorable. One of the artisans, oh, I think I put it on more crooked the last time. I think I like it crooked. That's me, my Stampin' Therapy. You guys know that, right? My mission in life is to try and get out of my little box of having to put everything on straight. So I try to put it on crooked when I can. Now this one here, I'm not as much of a fan of crooked saying, so I'm just going to snip this one here, just in the sake of I'm doing a live video. That's when it happens, right? Is when you have the camera in the way and you can't properly line things up. Can't see if they're slipping as they're going through, but there you go. Just trim off some of that excess and then be none the wiser, right? You guys won't tell anyone. I stamped something crooked. Oh, heaven forbid, right? It's handmade after all. It has to look a little handmade. Now I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and put on these cute little ovals. Aren't they shiny and fun? It's amazing how much just like a non-circle adds to the project. You could line these up, put them in a row. I'm again trying to go a little bit more abstract. Now make sure you're not throwing out these little cellophane bags. These clear envelopes are perfect for storing your cards in and also mailing them. You can mail them in there, no problem. It takes no extra postage and it even protects them a little bit better too. So let's take a look through our catalog here as you guys are finishing up. And I'm going to take you through our brand new annual catalog and show you all of the fun things that we use to make this card. So I had that first sticky on there to remember to tell you about the online exclusive, because these online exclusives are kind of interesting. They can come and go at any time. We don't know if they're staying for a long time or not, and they're not in a publication, so I can't really point it out to you, but you'll have to go onto my online store and you can go to a section called What's New, or you can browse the categories and then you can view online exclusives as well. So you might have to just poke around a little bit. If worst comes to worst, you can also search, of course, for the Radiating Stitches dies. That's what they're called. All right, on page 41, this is where you'll find that wonderful thoughts. And you can see all of the sayings come with their own dies where you can cut them all out. I really love that. So bundle and save 10%, of course, is always the best way to do it. Then on page 129, our Countryside Inn. This is the paper that's actually featured in the Paper Pumpkin coming up next month. Just so funny. I think Well, you know what? I don't even have the strips because I use them on my swap cards. But I really love this paper. There's a few patterns that I didn't cut into yet. You can see the bunnies, so that's perfect for Easter, spring, or my daughter who loves bunnies. And then this awesome vertical print. And then the little Baltic kind of flowers. And then we also have the two patterns which I used here. So this one has little foxes on it. This one has like partridges. And then the back side, just a great navy stripe. You can use that on everything. I'll have to show you guys my swaps. That's also what I'm going to do tonight. Missions for tonight are to finish making my 26 swap cards and also figure out where to put 13 pounds of weight from my checked baggage. Yikes. Oh, Kayla's saying, I love Boho Blue Pebbled Path. Yeah, those are two huge winners, aren't they? Page 141, you'll see these new opaque ovals. They come in Pecan Pie, Lemon Lolly, Bubble Bath, and Azure Afternoon. The Azure Afternoon is not on that one. It's on this one here. So you've got Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, Azure Afternoon, and Pecan Pie. All of those in these great little ovals. Now you can see I kind of hacked up two packages there, but I think that's going to be great. And how awesome you can use these little pecan pie ones, kind of like pebbles, right? Like those stones that we used to have. I like that idea. I think it's so fun. I like the oval, something different, right? And they come in the two different sizes in one pack. And then our ribbon is our textured ribbon. Again, this comes in all of our new in colors, so you can get this textured ribbon in the Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebbled Path. So whichever ones are your favorite, or get one of each. I will also be doing a product share. That's going to have to be done after I'm home. So kind of the beginning of June, you're going to hear about if you want 1 yard sections of the new ribbons, if you want an embellishment assortment from the new annual catalog, or what else am I doing? Designer Series papers, of course. How could I forget? All right, the next card, if I'm moving too fast, you'll have to just go back and watch the replay. The replay will be available live on Facebook immediately after the event, and it will be up on YouTube tomorrow once I get it done, once I get it uploaded. So this one here, you might have a whole bunch of different color combinations, and that's because we're using those same in colors, and this is a bonus card as a gift to everyone who did club this time, because I just had to get these in colors into your hands and have you start seeing the gorgeous color combinations, which are inspired by this really fun Designer Series paper. It's called Fresh as a Daisy, and it has these great pieces here that you can just trim up and have like a card front of, you know, this one you get 3, 6, 9, 10 different Designer Series papers essentially in one, right? Because you can cut that off and you've got this Designer Series paper, that one too. So then the back side is that Moody Mauve. And then some of the other pieces I don't really have anymore because I prepped a whole bunch of cards. I prepped even for my downline, my team members with this one too. So I ended up making, oh my gosh, I think 99 cards or something with these Designer Series papers. But aren't they fun? Look at that Wild Wheat just popping right out in there, hey? This one I think is one of the most stunning ones because it's bringing in some of our other new colors, that Pretty Peacock along with that Copper Clay. And I wouldn't have normally put those two colors together, but once they given me that inspiration, oh my goodness, I just want to run with it, right? So fun. And then again, you've got some more in colors here. So you've got that Wild Wheat popping in there again. This is the Pebbled Path as the background paper as well. And then the back side of these are all the in colors, just like a watercolor wash. So I was using this paper and getting really inspired by it. And I wanted to do a really simple layout that you could recreate over and over and over again. So this is the card that I came up with, utilizing our brand new circle punch. We've never had a circle punch this big before. It's 2 3/8 of an inch. 2 3/8, yes, it's so shiny I can barely see it. That's slightly bigger than our 2¼ inch that we had before. Now I did have circles punched out so I could show you, but I don't know where they are now. So yeah, if you have this one already, the 2¼ this one gives it just a tiny little mat. The 2 3/8 inch behind it would give you just a tiny little mat, just similar to what I've got here on my card, and I love that. I love layering and getting that extra fun look. Now I'm using a stamp set that I just think is so cool and different. This one was in our last annual catalog, but it's a huge winner in my books. And I love that you get the text, like the words, in both like a scripted font and then a big bold font. And I'm going to be using that big bold font to show you a couple of different techniques, actually, some that you can use for your stamps at home. So if you have something like this, you can grab it, or you can use any saying stamp set as well. Okay, so let me just show you the 2 ways that I have done this. I'm going to switch up my colors. Ooh, do I do this? I wonder if I can. Pretty peacock. Do I have it out still? Oh, this is a good opportunity. Here we go. So I've got my brand new ink pad here, and I'll just show you quickly how you can open it up and how to put in your labels, because this is a big question that I get all the time. So it comes with the big label on the outside, but there's also labels on the back side which can go onto the front and even on the inside. So what you're going to want to start off by doing, just pull off this outer piece, and that just makes it easier to grab those other ones. So that can just go away. You don't need that. If you keep that on there, it's a little bit trickier to stack these anyways. They have these little feet and little grooves, and then if you don't have that thickness on there, then it stacks a little bit better. So then I'm going to just take my take your pick tool, and I'm going to grab, always easier said than done, right? There we go. Grab your pretty peacock in English or whatever language that you want, I suppose. And we're going to lay this on the front. Now it takes a little bit to figure out like how to center it. Oh, that's not centered. Come on, darling. I'm going to use it to paddle. There we go. The paddle will be easier for me right now, I think. There we go. Oh, come on, darling. There we go. We'll just put it over just a smidge. And like I said, once you get kind of the look of it, then you can get them going all the way. There's also one that doesn't have any text on it at all. And what I like to do is put this one on the inside. So then I can tell with my ink pad open which color it is. And then I just use my paddle to smooth it on there. Isn't that clever? Now some people, they like to go crazy and put these ones on the other end so that no matter which way they're looking at their ink pad, they can see what color it is. And you know, I'm going to let you make that decision, but this is what I got going on here. I'm going to put these two in like an ombre sort of look. I think this is going to be fun. So I'm using my sponge daubers. Now I have so many of them. I actually have them in 2 cases like this, but I like to look for one that's kind of similar color, and then you can use like a scrap piece of paper. Well, this is looking similar to a pretty peacock. Some people even label them. Oh boy, that's sure breaking down, isn't it? Oh, time for a new one. I should just get out my new ones because I have a whole pack of new ones too. Okay, this one is a brand new one. And then, let's see if I have a brown one. I'm kind of crafting on the fly here. I hope you guys are okay with that. That's pretty orange. I think that's going to skew the color. I'm going to get a new one. They come in packs of 5. Let's just see here. Perfect. So I've got my 2 new ones there, and I'm actually going to open up my copper clay. I haven't put all of my ink pads together yet. I've been kind of a little bit busy. Okay, I'm going to start so that I get really intense color on either end by stamping it with the actual ink pad, and then the same thing on this one. So can you guys see that? Now I can come in with my sponge daubers, and I'm going to just soften that to the middle here. This is a really fun technique to do. You're always going to start with the lighter of the 2 colors, because the darker of the 2, you don't want to transfer that dark ink onto your ink pad, right? I'm happy with that. I'll get my circle out. Now, when you're doing a technique like this, there is one important step to do, and that is to huff on it. By doing that, it re-moistens the ink that's on the stamp, and then you'll get a much better stamped image. Just huff on it. Ooh, that's so fun. Isn't that great? It totally matches with this kind of a look, doesn't it? Now, another way that I did this, you can see here, I'll show you, I used the new bubble gum pink as a lighter color, and for this one I could actually stamp it all over in the bubble gum ink color. That's the color, right? Bubble bath. Oh, of course it has to be alliteration. What am I thinking? Bubble gum. Bubble bath. Okay, bubble bath I stamped all over, or I inked this up completely in the ink pad, and then I came back just with this darker moody mauve color, only on a sponge dauber, and I put that one on. And I could do that because it's in the same color family, and I'm not worried about transferring the color of ink as much as I was between this like greeny blue and the neutral kind of orangey copper clay. That's pretty different, isn't it? So now with this one here, I'm just going to clean this off. I was cleaning stamps earlier today from last month's club, you know, as I do. So I've already got my Stampin' Mist already in there, and then this I can show you. I hope that this is going to show up. I think maybe I have to go with a lighter tone of the blue. So let's see. Maybe I will do Pool Party. I'm going to do Pool Party, inking that up. And then I'm going to show you this technique called kissing. That's how I got this really fun look here. You guys see that? So kissing is when you take 2 stamps and you kiss them together. So I've already inked this one up in with my Pool Party, and now I'm going to take my darker color. This one happens to be the Pretty Peacock, and I've got a stamp, and I'm just going to stamp onto my stamp. And this is where you can see the boldness of that thanks really comes into play. Now, if you had just a pattern or background stamp, like you could get wood grain looks. This is kind of fun because it goes with the daisy theme. Let me show you what that looks like now. Now remember, huff. And then you can get this really cool stamped pattern. Can you see that? Fun, right? So this is just an extra bonus technique, and you can use this with anything bold. If you had like a bold flower, you could even do that, right? It doesn't have to be words. But I really like the look of this. So fun. Okay, let's keep going because I got a little sidetracked there. That's the only thing that we're inking up on this project. So I'm going to put away my pads so I don't make a mess. I'll put away this little sample. And let's get started here putting this card together. So I've got my bone folder, You guys, I have to laugh because this month is brought to you, this month's club is brought to you by white cardstock. We have so many new in colors and other colors, and I looked at it afterwards and I was like, oh my gosh, all my cardstock bases are all white. How ridiculous, right? But yeah, I must have been really wanting to focus the colors on the designer series paper and not wanting to overwhelm the project. So I was digging the white cardstock as a base, which just shows you, hey, you get all these new colors, and what do they go with? They go with white. Good to have that white collection. Oh, I'm glad, Barbara, that you like that technique. It's a fun one, isn't it? The kissing and also the sponge dauber. Once you start thinking about that, you know, it kind of changes the way you look at all of your stamps, right? Because you could do these kind of fun techniques with all of your stamps, whether it be images or sayings. You could add that ombre look to your words. You could spice up the center of a flower with a little bit of a darker image, just applying it directly to your stamp too, right? Ooh, isn't that fun? That just really takes it up a notch. So this piece here is actually a piece of 4" by 4" designer series paper that I've just cut at an arbitrary angle. Now, would you believe this? I prepped, like I said, 99 of these cards, and I walked away for a couple minutes to make some food for my daughter, and I left it sitting on the couch, which is right where I was working. And I came back and she had mixed up the whole pile. Meanwhile, I had separated it so that you would have the perfect coordinating image. So it's like that image is connected and it's snipped, and she mixed them up. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just about lost it. So I took some deep breaths, and then I put together a puzzle for about an hour after that, putting all these pieces back together. Oh, I couldn't believe it. She never does that either. She must have just seen that perfect stack and then just thought, like, now's my time. I've been lulling her into a false sense of security for all these years, making her think that I'm not going to touch her stamping stuff, and then when it matters most, bam, sneak attack. Anyways, do you guys see what I did there? I just put some Stampin' Seal on the back side here. I did 3 strips, and then I just zigzagged this back and forth and made a Z. And then now this tag is going to go on with some really fun dimensionals to add dimension and excitement. I love dimensionals. I put the rest of this card on flat. You can see there's quite a small border here with the matching cardstock to the designer series paper. You can see I've got the copper clay one. You might have any of those in colors. Every single card, pretty much. Well, I guess there's 5 different options, but I think most of you stamping are going to have different color combinations coming together for this project. So pretty, right? Just simple and easy. You've got that nice circle on there. I'm going to put it on straight. There you go. And then I've got the matching in color dots to go along with it. So whatever your cardstock, I've matched to these little dots. So I like to put the biggest and the smallest one up here, and then the middle one I just kind of put down here. And now you can see 2 cards that are the exact same layout, but don't they look different? And aren't they fun with those daisies and those fun shiny embellishments on there? There you go. Now let me take you through where you will find these products. So this card, like I said, uses a suite of new products. It's called something to do with these daisies. I can't remember. We'll get to it in a second here. But on page 53, you'll find this awesome Biggest Wish stamp set. This one's so good for doing this ombre look or like a kissing technique, things like that. On page 111, though, you can see this Fresh as a Daisy suite. And this includes a whole bunch of goodies. It includes that designer series paper that I was showcasing there. And it includes different embellishments actually than the ones that I've given you. These ones are faceted, and they come with the copper clay, what's this one called? Lemon Lolly, and the boho blue colors. Really fun and fresh. I'm using those on my swap cards, so I've got those in the other room. But the Cheerful Daisies bundle is a really fun one to get because you can build it up really quickly and easily. You can see you've got the centers of the daisies, which you can stamp in there. You've got the outline of the daisy, which you can do in one color. And then you've got the color to fill in the petals with for all three of the stamped images, right? So cute. But this, I think, has to be the cutest of all. Oops-a-daisy, so sorry. Have a couple of those in your card collection, right? In your little card supply box. So again, the Fresh as a Daisy 12 by 12 designer series paper is really fun and features all of our brand new in colors and really great, exciting color combinations. Page 137, what did I do here? Oh, of course, the sponge daubers, there they are. Those come in a pack of 5, and it's great. You can have one for your blues, one for your yellows, one for your pinks, right? All the different color families. Page 141, where are these ones now? Oh, here we go. These are the 2023 to 2025 in color dots. They are so shiny, and would you believe this is how much I have left of the 2 packages that I was able to pre-order. Ta-da! So it comes in our 5 new in colors again. So it has like a gold look, a copper look, a pewter look, right? And then a beautiful blue and a mauve color. So once you start thinking about your in colors, I think a little bit differently. When they start getting shiny, then they look even more like metallics, right? Page 143 are textured ribbon. Again, it comes in the 5 in colors, and this is the same as our first card, that same ribbon, just a different color. Pretty, right? And page 147, our new circle punch actually has a bundle that goes along with it. So this is great. It's got these really great images. Make sure you check that one out. It's really fun. Okay, are you guys ready for the next one? So we're 2 cards in to 5 projects that we're making here tonight. This next one is like party central. I love this one. The card that we're making here, again, is going to look slightly different depending on the designer series paper that you have. And this is the Glimmer Ombre paper. So you might have a dark glimmer, you might have a light glimmer, but these are all cut from the exact same sheet. Everyone's got this beautiful blue color. And this fringe die is so cute. Isn't it great? This is a brand new one. Again, it comes in this balloon die pack. So I've got a little bit of Wink of Stella on there. We're going to stamp our saying on there. And then if you want, you can use the stamp that goes along with this to create this great balloon string. Or you can just use a little marker. That would be great too. Okay, so this is the beautiful balloons that I'm using here. And I'm using a couple of different ink colors. Our brand new Azure Afternoon. But we've got pretty much all of our exciting new and returning colors. Oh, I can't pick it up. There we go. So we got Lemon Lime Twist. We've got Berry Burst in there. I think we've got Pretty Peacock. Yep. And Lost Lagoon. Blueberry Bushel in there as well. I think Bubble Bath and Lemon Lolly are both in there. Azure Afternoon. Not Pecan Pie. And I'm not too sure about Misty Moonlight, but I think I might see it in there as well. So this is really showcasing all of our new and returning colors that we have joining us. So not in colors. In colors are going to be for 2 years only. So starting now and then running for the next 2 years. And then these ones are a part of our core color collection. So those are going to be lasting for much longer than that. Usually they do a renovation kind of every 5 to 10 years. But again, this was kind of overdue this last time. And they only ended up switching out 11 colors. So that's manageable. isn't it? With 48 colors to choose from. It's nice to have an infusion of new into the mix. Make sure you get all of your pieces out, including these cute little star sequins. So this is the project here that features some of my gifts that I'm giving out with a minimum $100 purchase each month. This month's kit, or this month's gift, has these wonderful ombre papers. So this is the purple version of it. It starts off really light on one side and then goes darker, darker, darker. So the same thing with the blue, depending on where you would cut this from, it could be, you know, one end of the spectrum or the other, right? So it starts off this light blue and then ends up being this dark blue. So it's really awesome to use on your projects where you want that extra glitz and glamour, that little bit of a fun sparkle. I'm going to put this on with some super sticky adhesive. Putting it on with some tear tape today. And your designer series paper and your glimmer paper are cut a little bit longer than your cards, so don't stress about doing the ends. You can trim that off afterwards. There we go. I like to use the super sticky adhesive whenever you're using glimmer paper because glimmer paper sometimes doesn't adhere as well. So I'm just going to rub that along there. And then I'm going to put a fair amount of Stampin' Seal on there too. And like I said, this is going to be a little bit longer than your sheet. So figure out which end. I actually like this end better here because it's got a full fringe piece. And you line that up. Oops. Try not to pull it out of place. And then you're going to just cut off the excess here. I just go from the back side. Cut off the excess. The reason why I do that is it's nearly impossible, no matter how talented you are, to get this cut at the exact same dimension, and I hate it when there's like a little gap. So I hope you don't mind using your scissors. That's just me and my neuroses with not wanting that paper to be gapped when I don't want it there. So I'm just actually curling this up with my fingernail. It's not working as well as I did the other day. There we go. And I just do that to kind of create a little bit more texture, get that little bit of a curve going. And you can be quite aggressive with this glimmer paper too because it's so bendy. I don't know, it's almost like plasticized, this paper feels. But that just adds, I think, so much more to the project when you got that fringe really showing. Cute, right? Okay, now we're going to use our die brush. Oh, I hope these pop out. There they are now. Let's see here. Do I have my little piece? I have my little travel version of the foam. Ooh, these are stubborn. I hope they're not so stubborn for you. Maybe on the one that I did here, I didn't have to pop any of them out, so maybe it was just a matter of how they were stacked when they were being die cut. Kathy is my die cutting queen. She's my assistant extraordinaire. And so let's all have a round of applause for Kathy, who helps me out immensely so that we can play with all these fun die cut images. Because you know what? My kids somehow have gotten busier as they've grown up. They always say, you know, that it's so busy with the newborn stage. Well, newborns, at least like when you put them down, they stay there, right? Oh, my kids, well, as you've heard already, are doing all kinds of shenanigans, like mixing up my designer series papers and making me rematch them all again. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. I'm trying to get on with my life here. This is a take your pick die brush edition. Did you guys notice that there's actually a 3-pack of new products, new tips that are added on? One of them is like a ticket perforated tape. I love that. Take a look at the back of the catalog And you'll definitely want to get that if you've got one of these take your pick tools. So again, this tool is the same as the tool that I was using earlier, which is right here, and they just have different tips that you can add on. So this is like a stylus, a ball stylus. There's a large and a small one, and then you saw me using the paddle before, and now this is like a pokey tool. This is a putty tip, and then this is the die brush tip. So handy. Such a great tool. I love this tool so much. There we go. Okay, so now we've got all those bits taken out. My goodness. Then we can use our ink. Again, I'm using my lighter color, my Azure Afternoon. Is that how you guys would say it? Azure? Azure? Stamping happy birthday on there. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to stamp this birthday balloon string on. And now I'm going to learn from the last time and put it lower than I initially did the last time. I'm using Night of Navy again for this. That's just the kind of neutral that goes along with it. I'm going to go quite low here because I've got so many balloons that once you put them on there, they really take up a lot of space. Now I like this little stamp because it's got the swirly tip at one end, and that means you can put it upside down and put it together so many different ways. And it's got the photopolymer so you can see through it and stamp that perfectly. Fun, right? Okay, before I attach this onto my project, I'm going to take my ribbon and fold it on. This is a great tip for if you're doing tags or bookmarks. Fold your ribbon in half, and then I actually fold it down again to make like a triangle point. Then you go in from the front with your looped ribbon, so it's folded in half, and then you have this little opening here. Now put your tails through there, pull them up, and now you've got this. I found I had to do this too on the first one. I had to actually tighten it up a little bit differently. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. There we go. Pulling it that way. And then you've got this great little tag topper. Again, really good for tags, because then you would just tie that onto a gift bag. Or if you're doing bookmarks, you want it to lay flat, right? You don't want to have this big, huge knot. Now, if you're really particular, like I seem to be, again, we're all working through different things here, but I'm going to be particular on this one. It's going to bite me in the bum here because it's not going to want to do it. But you can kind of flatten it out there. Now I'm going to put this onto my project and then trim off the excess there. Oh, I'm going to go with 4 on there. Am I crazy? Totally nuts today. And now that I've got this on my project, then I will trim off the excess of that ribbon. This ribbon is so pretty, isn't it? It's got that beautiful fine silver edging in there. And then we're going to have fun with dimensionals and balloons. If you want to do this before, you can do it before as well. I'm going to actually do it before. Take your Wink of Stella. It's a clear glimmer paintbrush. Clear is the color, but it actually comes out kind of like a platinum. And now I'm just going to, I've already got mine flowing, so I don't ever have to push it after I get it flowing. And I'm just going to put it like that. And you can see it's quite wet right now. It's quite dark, but this is how it dries. Just to a very subtle shimmer. Now you could paint your whole cardstock with it if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do a restrained little application just to make these balloons look shiny. Go. So fun. And then now I just flip these all over and I'm going to put dimensionals on all of them. I love dimensionals. Have you guys been enjoying this amazing weather that we've been having in Edmonton? I hope that everyone else is getting nice weather too. I can call it nice now because the fires are settling down. Before it was a little bit scary, I won't lie, but I'm glad to hear that people are able to move back to their homes and, you know, start getting back to their normal lives again. And my heart sure goes out to all the people who lost their homes in the fires. But I think, you know, the wildfire warning system was sure doing a good job of keeping people safe, at least. Property is kind of a tricky thing, but at least the people were, I think, staying safe. Well, I'm going to tuck in these. What am I doing here? I'm going to tuck these a different way. There we go. I'm just tucking them, and then I'm leaving the smallest one actually for on top of the tag. Ta-da! Cute little one there. So cute, right? Now to take it up to the next level though, these little stars I think really pull it all together. There. These are retired products, so they're actually not available for purchase. That's what I do with all of my gifts. But you can receive these for free, pack of a whole bunch of them, plus this beautiful glimmer paper with a minimum $100 order this month. So please reach out. You can place your order online while I'm away. I won't have access really to the internet that's reliable. I've heard really poor things about the cruise ship that we're sailing on, their internet availability. So don't count on me responding to you in a timely manner. I would recommend just placing that order online, use that hostess code, and then that will count towards your getting your club cards for free. And, you know, getting that gift. And I'll get your club cards out to you if you haven't received them already later this month when I come home. I'm home on, I think, the 28th. So the 29th is my first day at home because we get home very, very late. So that's such a cute card, right? And how adorable is that paper, bringing in all those colors together, showing us that we can really mix and match all the new ink colors so perfectly. On page 15 of our annual catalog, you'll find a few different things. So this is the designer series paper that I ended up using, which is the Bright and Beautiful designer series paper. It's actually a 6" by 6". So it's kind of fun and different. You can see you got stars and the ombre, lots of graphic triangles, these confetti pieces, and then, you know, I used so many of them to create these 48 packages of cards that I'm sending all over Canada. So I should mention, if you're watching and you don't have these products or these supplies from me, reach out to me. I most likely have leftover kits that I can send to you. Oops, I skirted by that page too quickly. I probably have leftover kits of this month and even other months that you might be able to craft along with us with all these online videos that are available forever on replay, so they're really handy. The Beautiful Balloons bundle is what I use for the stamp set, and also the dies. The dies are really, really fun. Can I show you guys this? This one here is what makes that fringe, and it doesn't cut anything other than those vertical lines. So what I did was take a strip double wide of this glimmer paper, so it was about 1¼ inch, and then I cut that out. That meant that there were all these lines, and then what I did is take my little paper trimmer and then cut that paper perfectly in half, and that gave you 2 of these fringes for every one die that you use. So that's just a little tip if you wanted a length of fringe like mine. If you wanted it double long, right, then you would just put the overhang on the one side, and that would be the piece that holds it together that we ended up gluing under here. Hope that makes sense. There's also this really fun die here, which actually will cut out all 3 of the balloons. So that's really fun and exciting. The ones that we used, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 5. So some of them are solid, some of them are these outlines. So the solid ones don't have coordinating stamps, and the ones that are outlined have a coordinating stamp that you can cut out. I really like this little confetti, the tassel. Of course, the tag is adorable. You also get stars, which are hard to find in other die packs. So this one I think really kind of covers it all. Can we have a moment as well for this beautiful ribbon, the decorative ribbon, and that just stamped on a card I think would be so beautiful. You could even kind of take the rainbow look and stamp it over and over again, and have that kind of rainbow look in the ribbon. I love stamps like that. So versatile. So on page 129, that bright and beautiful designer series paper, which we already kind of talked about. On page 137, our Wink of Stella is such a fabulous tool to use on so many different projects. On page 143, this is a 3-pack of ribbon. They call it the sheer ribbon combo pack, but look at these colors. Aren't they cute? So we've got the Azure Afternoon, Bubble Bath, and Lemon Lolly. And they all have that beautiful silver stitching in them too. And that's it for this catalog. The stars, this is kind of like a hacked up set. You get 150 of those. So you get not one or the other, not the glimmer paper or the stars. You get both of those with a free with a minimum $100 purchase this month. Okay, let's go on to our 4th card here, which guess what? It has a white background, but it's actually not going to be that visible. This one is using online exclusive items, nearly exclusively actually. There's one product that I used from the annual catalog here. So take a look here. You're going to have some designer series paper, and then just watch. There's some little loose gems in there, which might be a little bit easy for you to lose. Don't lose them. Just keep them in a pile. You'll have 5 of those. You guys, me counting out those every single time, I just laugh at myself. Like, there's probably better things you could do with your time, Kel. But I'm like, no, they have to get one at least of each of the colors and not the same sizes. They have to get all different sizes. So funny. This is a card that we're going to be making though. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I just love this new designer series paper. So these flowers, there's actually a stamp set which you can use to make these flowers, or if you purchase the designer series paper that coordinates with it, you actually can cut them out, and that's how these ones were made. Isn't it beautiful? It looks like you've used white embossing powder onto the designer series paper ombre color, right? Love that. So these dies just work along with the stamp set and also with the designer series paper. Oh, I love matchy-matchy. It's my favorite. So we're going to actually do something a little bit different on this card here. We're going to cover the entire card front with some designer series paper. So fold it in half first, and then you have to make a decision. What do you want? Do you want that side or the other side? You guys are going to have all different patterns. I might go with just the speckles this time. That might be kind of fun. Now, I always start it on the folded edge, and then you got to kind of say a prayer, make a wish, and that worked out way better than I ever could have imagined. Hooray! So now when we put this piece over the top, we're just going to see it through the center, and then also, maybe you can see it better on this one, you're actually going to see the border around here as well. So don't stamp on, or don't adhere that on yet. We're going to stamp onto it first. Now, if you're like me and you really like the look of the white onto the darker color paper, then you're going to want to grab some embossing supplies. So Versamark, a stamp of your choice. Again, I'm using this Irresistible Blooms stamp set. This is the one that goes along with the set, and I just love that. Thank you. There's hello that I use on my swap cards. Hooray, it's your day. I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend, and I like you. That's so cute, right? I'm going to go with hooray, it's your day for a really classy birthday card. Now, you could just use a darker color of ink. You could even probably get away with just using the Versamark as its watermark. Can you guys see that there? It's actually made to be a watermark impression, so it makes it look as if you were stamping onto the Pretty Peacock paper with Pretty Peacock ink. But it also has another double duty, and that's my favorite feature of it, is that it is so sticky it will hold on embossing powder while you heat set it. So it's not set now, you have to have this heat tool, and Stampin' Up's heat tool gets so hot. You can't use a hair dryer with this technique. You really do have to use a heat tool, because you can see once it starts to change, it doesn't look like sand on paper anymore. It actually melts into the paper, gets shiny and beautiful. And then now it's completely set into the paper. Stampin' Up's heat tool actually has two different settings. There's a lower setting that's an ink drying setting, and then there's that get her done setting that I just used there. I might use some black dimensionals since I'm working with darker cardstock here. I'm going to load this up with dimensionals because I really want it to stay 3D, right? I'm going to use some of the mini dimensionals. The black is a great pack because it comes with both large and mini dimensionals. Oops, that's maybe a bit high. There we go. So it's a great starter pack if you're, you know, just getting into card making and you want to get some supplies. Just get this black multi-pack, and then you'll have both sizes of dimensionals to play with right off the hop. Now I can put that on there again. I'm going to keep the border the same all the way around, and then now I can put some dimensionals. I'm going to go back to white on this back side of my flower. Isn't this die beautiful? So that's using the die just how it comes. It comes so that it's going to cut out this beautiful circle with all these little delicate, what would you call that? I don't know, like dots on a string? String lights? Are they? I don't know. It's a really pretty effect anyway. Using some glue dots, I'm going to put on my soft sea foam 3 different little leaves here. These are great because you can use them, these smaller ones, either way, right? You could adhere either direction. There we go. My take your pick tool. Things are sticking here tonight. I'm going to just tuck that up underneath there. That one came off a little bit easier. Oh, it's so pretty. So delicate, isn't it? Like a really special look. Ta-da! Now, to adhere these little gems on, I'm actually going to use my fine tip glue pen. This is a great adhesive. I actually store mine upside down. You might find that that doesn't work for you. I don't get a lot of glue on the outside, but if you do find that happening, you can even just tap it so that the glue comes out of the tip when you're finished, and then you'll find that maybe it doesn't get clogged. There is a post in the lid which goes it down into the nozzle, and that really helps to keep it from getting clogged. I gave you 5 gems. Just double check before you put your glue dots on there that you don't have some of them missing, because then you'll have just a beautiful little glue dot instead. Maybe that looks nice, I don't know. Now's where I'm going to use this end of the take your pick tool. I need a little bit more putty, so what I'm going to do is just squeeze and twist this in, squeeze some putty out, and then release it. Otherwise it's just going to keep extruding like spaghetti. So you want to just put the pressure on, get as much as you want on the tip there, and then take the pressure off. Now what did I do here? Smaller. I'm using this as like a two-handed technique. Can you guys see that? Just using one to pick up this, you know, the sticky little edge to pick up this gem, and then the other one to release it. There we go. So pretty. These are all online exclusive products. Isn't that fun? This one has a lot going on. This one seemed to be a little bit more calming on my eye. I gave you a little strip because I trimmed off 1/2 inch, and I thought, oh, you guys could put that on the inside if you want. So I just included that as well. We'll put that on the inside. I don't know if you guys like decorating the insides. Normally I just leave mine blank because really I just fill it up. Sometimes I fill up the back side of the card too. I always have a lot to say, I guess. So there you go. I even was writing thank you cards for our bus tour drivers and things like that, because I've organized a lot of private tours and things when we're in Norway, and so I'm writing my thank you cards, and I don't even know if they can speak English well or read English, and I'm still writing them a big long book. It's so funny. Okay, so just as a reminder, you're going to have to check online for some of these online exclusives. So this is that die pack that goes along with it. There's a couple of dies that I didn't actually use on this card. This is a really fun one. It makes a strip of paper that is actually cut out like that. So unlike this one where it stays attached on the outside, this one here is detached on both sides. So you'll get a layer that looks like this, which then you can adhere to your card. Make sure you put some adhesive, what's that called? Adhesive sheets onto your paper first to turn your paper into sticker. That's going to make your life so much easier for that. And then you can see here we've got dies to work with the different stamped images. We'll put that a little bit close, and I can't put that together nicely. Anyways, you get the gist of that. And that one there. So you can stamp this and get the look of it over and over and over again. But again, you can also use the designer series paper. And this is where your flowers came from. A sheet that looks something like this. And there's 2 different color options as well. So you can see that you can use the dies along with this designer series paper to perfectly cut that out. So beautiful. Also included in this pack, you can see these are the leftover strips of all the pieces that you guys have in your package there. There's some that are a little bit more simple and some that are a little bit more exciting. And then the back side of them always is a little bit more plain. So you could do your own stamping technique on there, right? Stamp over top of it. This is 2 packages combined together and then used for 48 cards. So there's some extras here that were not included in your card kits, and some that were. So pretty though, right? I love this pack of paper. And again, online exclusive, so we don't know how long it will last, but my feeling is it's actually featured in the catalog in the online exclusive page. So I think this is one that's going to stay around for a little bit longer, but again, I would hate for you to miss out on something that you love by just thinking, oh, it's going to stick around for a little while. Where did I see it? I think somewhere in the beginning here. Oh, here we go. Online exclusive. So you can see it's actually showcased here. And this one sold out so quickly. It's so popular. But then they restocked it. So sometimes they're going to restock them, sometimes they're not going to, but whatever is available in the online exclusive section of the website is what's available. Even if it says not currently available, then that's your hint that it will be back in stock, just so that helps you understand. This is the loose frosted dots, and these are the ones that we've glued on to your projects. They're so pretty, and they are loose, so you could actually turn this into a shaker card, right? So what you would do for a shaker card is take a piece of window sheet and cut it slightly larger than that circle, adhere it to the back side of this pretty peacock piece. Then you're going to use the adhesive strips. Those ones are like a dimensional, but so like this, they're foamy and thick, but they're about double thick, and they're made in strips, in lines. So you could actually form those right around there, and you could put these loose frosted dots in and make a shaker card so that when you shake it like this, the little pieces are visible within this beautiful circle cutout. Do you guys understand that? You like that idea? On page 138, I always want to point out that amazing fine tip glue pen, which is going to save your bacon for stuff like this. I love, love, love that tool, and I'm so glad it's back in the catalog. They made that an online only item for a while, and it was practically a riot. Now, are you guys ready for this? You're so used to now these white cardstock backgrounds. Are you ready? I went white, 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 and then I went, woohoo, lemon lime twist. So this is our brand new core color, but it is a returning color. So we've had this before as an in color. I just love it. We do have another color that's an in color right now, which is similar, but it's a little bit different. So let's see if I still have that. I do. Parakeet Party, which you might not be able to see as easily on the computer, but Parakeet Party is definitely even more neon. I really like that they went with this lemon lime twist because it seems to me that it just kind of blends a little bit better with all different colors of products. So we're going to have so much fun with this card here. Are you guys ready for this? Last card of the night, we're going to make a fun fold card that's a little bit different. This is called a belly band, and we don't normally make these actually in club, but I think it's always fun to show a different kind of fun fold. These are really great for fancy cards, for wedding cards, and the belly band part is this part here, which goes around the whole card. That part is not adhered, so to open the card you actually have to slide the belly band up, which is going to showcase another level of cuteness, and then you got this awesome gatefold on the inside. So there's lots going on this card. Let's start putting it together in a very simple and easy way. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave that off there because we're going to build it up from the bottom. Okay, starting with the bottom here. Again, I've got your score lines already on there, and this is a really easy score. It's just 2 3/4 in from both ends of an 8.5 by 11 sheet. The 8.5 by 11 sheet is cut in half, so it ends up being 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored in at 2 3/4 and 2 3/4 from both ends. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, lemon lime twist squeezy. That's my daughter's favorite saying right now. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Grab some toast and make it cheesy. Since I was so excited about that fun birthday ribbon, I'm going to actually use that. I don't know if you guys can see this here, but I did some stamping here on this sheet to create my own like designer series paper there, and I just use Versamark. So using Versamark for its versatility, we can take our smaller piece of this pool party, and I'm going to use this big ribbon and a nice clean Versamark. Isn't this the cleanest Versamark you've ever seen? I have used it before. It's about a year old, But the previous card, I don't know if you guys noticed, that was my oldest Versamark. Should we do a side-by-side comparison? Yuck. That's all I have to say. So like newest, still a year old. My oldest. Ew, put that away, gross. Oh, look at how cute that is. Again, this is not a color. This is just Versamark ink doing its wonders and being so versatile, giving us the look of stamping with the exact same color of ink onto any color of cardstock. So this is a way that you could replicate all of Stampin' Up's 48 core colors, as well as any of the in colors. So if you don't own this ink pad, make sure you get yourself a Versamark, because it's going to be the most versatile ink color that you own, even if you're not embossing. Okay, let's grab from our little packet a white circle, and now you have to make some decisions for this next part. I've given you two little characters, and aren't they just adorable? One of them will typically be a little bit bigger, and one of them will be smaller. So I'm going to put the smaller one on the inside, just like I did with this configuration here. Now for the saying, I'm using, what did I use? Oh, I was going to do like a happy birthday sort of thing. So this 𝙧𝙚𝙘𝙚𝙀 has a happy birthday to you. I'm just trying to remember the great ideas that I had the other day. And then I was going to do this one here. You make my life happier. You could also do happy birthday, but since I'm going with happy birthday on the front, this one here I went with You're Too Wonderful from the 𝙧𝙚𝙘𝙧𝙀 stamp set. And then I put Endlessly Grateful from Very Best Occasions on the inside. Now, did I truly set myself up for success and mount these all up? Not quite. You're Too Wonderful. No, I kept all those on the same ones. Whoopsie daisy. I had my great idea. Oh, look, I did mount this one. I thought I did. I really thought I was going crazy there for a second. This one also has really great little music notes, or this confetti, and that's what I actually used, just the confetti one on the stamping here. I love that look. I like it when they include little things like that, where you can build up your own scene, customize it, make it look totally your own. Okay, and I'm going to take off Endlessly Grateful, put that back in here, and say a little tiny prayer, hoping that You Make Me Happy is mounted. Woohoo! Not that I don't love doing that on camera, but it is one of the trickier ones to do. Mounting stamps. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to go with my Lemon Lime Twist ink pad, matchy matchy. And I'm going to go with You Make My Life Happier on the inside. I love stamping on these circles. This is that big circle again. That's our biggest circle that we've ever had. And I'm going to stamp my happy birthday to you a little bit lower on this. Whew, I might have to stand up for this one. Let's see if I can see it. It's a hard one to see. The camera in the way. Here's hoping. Oh my goodness. It's like better than if I actually were to have tried to do it with no camera in the way. Okay, so now we can start adhering this. We're going to put this on first, and I just want to adhere only half of it so that this is going to open up just nicely like that. Okay, so what I do is I flip it over and then put the adhesive on only on the side. And I'm centering it. Centering it and centering it. And hoping that it goes straight. There we go. Now this, You Make My Life Happier, or this Endlessly Grateful, whatever you decide to put on your circle. I'm going to put that on just with some seal because I don't want to add too much bulk to the inside of my card and prohibit this from sliding up smoothly. Same thing with this little character. I'm going to turn him over and he might pop out the top, so I'm not putting adhesive on his head. There you go. I'm going to put him there. He's got his little present. He's going to the party. Little armadillo. That's what people call our dog all the time. Her name is Amarula. And what does my dad call her all the time? Amarillo or something like that. And I was like, well, kind of. We just call her Amma for short. Let's take the rest of these cuties out. And then we're going to start putting this together. Aren't these a new essential pack of, what do they call it? Basics or something like that. Basics 3D embossing folders. Comes with the polka dots, this fun like kind of star or flower pattern, and this one's really fun too. This is like just a graphic kind of lines pattern. I'm going to do this actually so that the polka dots are going in. That's a little bit different, right? We've seen the polka dots maybe going out more. I'm going to have them so they're poking in. These are actually available as an online exclusive as well. So before I forget to tell you when we're doing our catalog tour, just make sure to go to those online exclusive section. I'm going to grab my tear and tape for this as well. Oops, that's no good. I just folded it back on itself. And I like using something like this because sometimes when you use the Stampin' Seal, you have to put a lot of pressure on. And so if you're putting it onto something that's so heavily 3D textured like this, you might smooth out those dots. And that's not the look that I want. I want those dots to stay popped out and looking really good. Well, now what did I do here? I thought I was making up for the fact that I'd folded it back on itself, but I didn't put it over far enough. Oh, thank you so much, Barbara, for joining. Oh, you gotta go early. Kid with a bleeding nose. Oh my goodness, you guys are dropping like flies. Your poor families. Oh, thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate your encouragement, your support, your love. This is a pretty big trip for us, and we're pretty excited about it. So thank you, thank you, thank you again. Okay, so here we go. We've got our little, in this case, it's an elephant. I'm going to put it on with some dimensionals, and I'm putting it onto the vellum circle with dimensionals first, and then putting the vellum circle on so that I can hide the vellum circle dimensionals underneath this little guy here, because you can see that the vellum, you can actually see through it. So the best thing to do is to put that on first, and then you can put some dimensionals on. They will be hidden. Otherwise, you'll see them through the vellum if you have them sticking out the side there. There we go. Okay, now we've got our happy birthday to you. Let's just build this up as well. I'm going to take my two little strips here. Oh, I meant to do a different color. You might have pink there as well instead of the lemon lime twist. And I just take both of those there and tie them together. And you just might need to like twist it a little bit and pull it a little bit just to get it so that it's all showing. Then we're going to grab a glue dot, stick it on, and then once it's stuck on, it's a little bit easier to trim, I find. I don't want these ones too long. Oops. There we go. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back side here too. How many do I want? I'm going to go with 3. 1, 2, and 3, just because there's so many moving parts on this card. I want to make sure they stay put. Okay, now let's take this strip of vellum. This is already got this white printing on it, which is so fun. We're going to take that, and you might, if I mailed your products, you might already have one crease, so that's fine. You're going to go with that. And then you're going to make the second one. Now the trick is to try and make it as tight as possible. So what I'm doing is I've got this folded here, and then I'm going to wrap this one kind of as tight as you can go. And just making sure that it's straight on the top and the bottom there, that it's aligning. Fold that, and then just put one little strip of something like tear and tape. You could use your Stampin' Seal on there. You want to try not to fold this too many times, because once vellum gets folded, it actually turns like white, turns the paper white, and so you want to make sure that you're doing it once and then that's it, because otherwise you're going to have like little crease marks and they're going to look all white. Can you guys see that? Hopefully I caught you in time. So just putting this one back on, this belly band back on, and you're going to center it now on the sides, and then we're going to put this piece on over top. Okay, so we can see here it's not going to be glued on the top and on the bottom, it's only going to be in the center. So if you're trying to figure out how much to apply, just go in the center. And you know, for good measure, I'm going to put on 1 row of this tear and tape too. There we go. So now I've got this centered, and then I'm going to put this on centered over top. Now I've got my belly band adhered, so then that will slide. Then, oh, you know what? I should not have put on a third one. I knew I was overdoing it. Okay, there we go. That came off nice and easy. So these two at the bottom are going to hold this, and then I just had it kind of sticking up a little bit over the top. Oh, I love all these fresh colors. And how cute are these animals? They're already kind of colored in, and I should have mentioned too that you can actually color them in more if you want to. So using our Stampin' Blend markers is a great way to color these in more if you wanted to like add a little bit more color to them. So maybe you want that elephant colored in. Do you think I should try? Oh boy, am I tempting fate here? Oh, you guys, I don't have my grays. I have them upstairs because I was working on a different project. Okay, so that's out for tonight. But anyways, you can definitely color all of this designer series paper too. Isn't that a fun one? Okay, so now you've got to start thinking, as I'm starting to show you the products here for this last one. I want to know which one is your favorite of the cards that we made tonight. Put this one to the side. Okay, so we have the Zany Zoo bundle. I got to show you this designer series paper because every sheet is cuter than the next. Look at this. They've got some of the sheets where it's like a music theme. And the back side is all graphic. I'll show you those maybe all in a second here. Some of them that are like a dance recital. So some are like a concert, some are like a dance recital. Then there's the camping ones. Oh my gosh, I can't even with the camping ones. They're so cute. And then of course, the party ones that I've got shown here. And then there's transportation ones as well. And then there's like knitting and baking as well. There's such a fun combination of different characters. And then the back side is all black and white, just different patterns. Oh, this set is so adorable. And of course you get the stamp set to go along with it with these great dies. And I want to show you the dies because they work so well with the designer series paper too. So remember I was saying concert theme and dance recital theme. Look at this. You've got a curtain which you can put on either side of the dance recital. And then this here little scallop edge is the top of the curtain. So what I'm talking about is creating a little stage. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love that idea so much. I think that this designer series paper is just a huge winner, and especially when as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I can't send out stamped images. It's against Stampin' Up's copyright policy, and so it is okay to send out the designer series paper though, so that's incredible. And so I think you guys might be seeing a little bit more of this in the coming months. I don't know. I want to play with it again. I want to make the stage. So I purposely didn't use the dance recital and the singing ones for our cards here. I used the transportation and the party ones. So the zoo crew. Oh, I should mention here, there's also a ribbon duo pack. So if you know you want the designer series paper, you want the ribbon duo, you want the stamp set, you want the dies, you can actually get the Sweet collection, which will give you all of these items for the price instead of adding all of them together. Now there is an error, I believe, in this Sweet price in the catalog printing, but it will come up correctly online. So the price is regular price for this, regular price for this, and then the 10% off as if you're bundling and saving 10% on those. So it might not be correct in the catalog, but it will be correct online and when I submit the order for you as well. So Zoo Crew, again, if you wanted just the designer series paper, you could do that. How about these vellum basics? This is a really fun pack too. It has the polka dots and the stripes like the ones that I've used. And where's my stripes? I don't have stripes. And then there's also this leaf pattern. Can you guys see that? It's really pretty. And you could use these in so many different ways. I really like them for a belly band because the vellum is a little bit more sturdy than cardstock paper, and it is also a little bit more slippery, so it tends to glide a little bit easier on that belly band design. All right, we've got, what do I use on this page? Oh, the ribbon duo pack. Let's take a closer look at those ribbons that I used. I actually used the ribbon duo, which are these two. This is a lemon lime twist and a petal pink. And then I used it in conjunction with a returning ribbon. This is the pool party ribbon actually. So I just love the three of those colors together, and it works perfectly with that design series paper. So that was just great. On page 145, you can use either the Simply Scored scoring tool or the paper trimmer to create the score lines here for our cardstock base. So scoring in 2 3/4, 2 3/4 on there. So just grab one of those tools. They both do double duty, double and triple duty. Oh my goodness, I should not have opened up this one. There we go. Some things you just can't do well on camera. There we go. And then on page 147, once again, that circle punch. You're seeing it 2 times on this project here. You're seeing it with the vellum and then also with the white paper, the basic white paper. And there you have it, folks. I want to know, even if you're watching in the future, which of these cards was your favorite this month? Let's do it like this. I like this one better, actually, so I'm going to show that one from the other day. There we go. Which is your favorite? Oh, do I have to decide? I wonder which one I like the best. Da, da, da. Oh, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's just been, sorry, I'll get back here in camera. It's just been a pleasure stamping with you. It's so great to visit with you and see your comments popping up. And then I look forward to, over the coming weeks, as more of you watch the replay, reading your comments as well. So even if you haven't done so already and you got to this point in the video, it's not too late. Just say who you are, say where you're writing from, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, please tune in. I love knowing which card is your favorite, and that just helps me to design in the future, right? I want to give you, you can see, I always try to give you versatility, but I really want to also cater to your taste too. So thank you again for joining me. I'm Stamping with Kelly, Kelly Ents, and I'm heading out of the country tomorrow. Ah! But I can't wait to reconnect with you and stamp with you soon when I return. So thank you again for joining me and for all of these years, 16 years as a demonstrator as of next week. And thank you for being a part of this amazing adventure. I can't tell you how much it means to me. So take care, and I hope to stamp with you soon.